Kevin Dunn, and we are on-site location at Kia Motors in West Point, Georgia, and we have the state of Georgia Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle.
Right.
We just finished touring this great facility. Tell me some of your thoughts as we just finished this tour.
Well, it's so exciting. You know, this is my second visit here to Kia, and we've seen them continue to grow and exceed all expectations that we certainly have had. Well over 3,000 jobs, over 7,000 indirect jobs. That's a huge economic engine for our state. And as you tour this facility, you see the innovation and technology. It's remarkable, but more importantly, you look at the faces of individuals and you see how they're not only excited but enjoying what they do, and it's changing their lives and making a tremendous impact.
Great. In 2006, you made history being the first Republican Lieutenant Governor of the state of Georgia. Tell us about your experiences being a Lieutenant Governor so far.
Well, obviously, it's been a great honor to be Lieutenant Governor of the state of Georgia. It's a wonderful platform to do some really good things, and we've been able to really focus on education, because I believe that that's the real foundation that's needed to not only have a better society but a better way of life. And one of the things that I'm excited with Kia in particular is one of my initiatives called a College and Career Academy, and so they're taking and putting private dollars in to create these pathways through a College and Career Academy that demonstrates relevance to the student, that gets the education community and the business community working hand in hand. And so we're going to be able to do that right here in West Point in Troup County, and we're very excited about that.
Great. I read your bio and I noticed that you came from a single parent home. What would you say to listeners who may be watching, who have great aspirations as kids, who don't have that balance at home as a mother and a father? What would you say to them as far as them still seeking to reach their goals and dreams?
Well, I did come from a single family. My mom raised me. She had to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, never took a dime of public assistance, instilled in me those values of hard work and perseverance and a love for God. And what she taught me is that life is not about self, but life is about service and service to others. She made a sacrifice, on a daily basis, so I could experience something great. And it's a wonderful lesson for all of us, I think, because everyone has individuals, regardless of the circumstances you come from, whether you're poor or rich. There are people that make sacrifices, and there's certain commitments that we need to make, and that is that, try to live for others, try to make life better for others, and that service attitude, I think, will carry you a long way. And as a Lieutenant Governor, that's what I've tried to do, is take on this responsibility and the role to say, how can we improve education? How can we improve our transportation system? How can we provide a healthcare system that works for all citizens? And how can people experience the American dream? And so that platform has been one that has been very rewarding for me personally, because you see the successes in others. But that would be, life is not about self, but life's about service.
Great. One last question. I noticed that when re-election came up in 2010, you were overwhelmingly chosen again to represent Georgia as being a Lieutenant Governor. What do you feel that you've done to make Georgians feel the way that they do and they wanted you back in office?
Well, that's a tough question sometimes, but I'm always humbled by it. To see the support that I have across the state is a humbling experience, and I think that if you do a good job, you really don't have to worry about the consequences, because people see that, and they want individuals that are genuine, that care, and really want to leave things better than they found it. And so we focused on the kids. Our educational initiatives have been remarkable, and then our Healthy Kids initiative, trying to fight childhood obesity has had a tremendous impact as well. We've got a new initiative called Invest Georgia, which really helps grow this ecosystem of new innovation out of our university systems, where companies will stay here in Georgia and not be recruited away. And so growing jobs, growing the economy, making this a responsible state to where people can fulfill their dreams, and for me, coming from a poor family, that's what it's all about. And I want people to have the same opportunities that I've had. And so it's, it is humbling to be where I'm at, particularly in light of where I came from.
Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. I know you're very busy. Thank you for taking the time out to give us an interview, and I wish you well. Thank you. All right.
Do you want to reduce stubborn pockets of fat without surgery, pain, or downtime in just 20 minutes? iLipo uses advanced non-surgical laser technology to shrink fat cells, delivering immediate results in a safe, clinically proven 20-minute treatment.
I've lost 2 inches in just 20 minutes. It's amazing.
What I like most about the iLipo laser is that it's both safe and effective.
iLipo is the only on-skin laser FDA cleared for fat reduction. Contact your aesthetic provider or premier OBGYN and ask for the iLipo.
Visit your local iLipo provider, Back to Life Chiropractic Center on Lafayette Parkway in front of the mall in LaGrange.
At Charter Bank, you get totally free checking with online statements. You betcha. Free mobile banking, free online banking, free online bill pay, free debit card, even a new account gift. Free. At Charter Bank, we're here to wow you. And totally free checking is just the beginning. Come see us or open online at charterbank.net. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life in the country is a conscious choice. And with that choice comes hard work, attention to detail, and investing in the right tools to keep your home or farm at its best. So why choose anything but the very best zero turns on the market today? Exmark. Known for their durability, precision cut, and time-saving performance, Exmarks are the preferred brand of mowing equipment for the landscape professional and people like you who take pride in their lawn. For special pricing incentives, visit exmark.com or your local dealer.
The holiday season is here at Hills and Dales Estate in LaGrange, Georgia, where we invite you to join us for special tours of the Fuller E. Calloway home, all decked out for the holidays. Tours will be offered from Friday, December the 6th through Saturday, December the 28th. Come experience our circa 1940s tinsel-laden Christmas tree, brilliant poinsettias, and other seasonal decorations during the holiday season. Enjoy the aroma of fresh cookies in the kitchen while you continue a tradition or make a new holiday memory. Plan your visit today.
The LaGrange Med Center in LaGrange, Georgia is a doctor's office and minor emergency room in one, but without the long hospital wait. The Med Center in its comfortable environment offers first-come, first-served service with no appointment necessary. Dr. Solt, who is a board-certified physician, and his staff offer on-site x-rays for simple fractures. They also do stitches, flu shots, and complete high school sports physicals featuring a nurse practitioner on site. So for all your complete physician needs, come to the Med Center, where we seek to be on your schedule and not our own.
Trailers, Jewelry and Pawn, 504 Greenville Street, serving LaGrange for 42 years.
Hello, my name is Kevin R. Dunn, and we are on location here at the First Tee with a very, very special guest, professional golfer Alan Doyle. Alan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
It isn't quite that busy, but
not like it used to be.
Not like it used to be.
Okay. One of the things I read about you that's very intriguing is that you were amateur for so long and you turned pro at the age of 46. And normally golfers start out early, but you came in at the age of 46 and you just blossomed and you ended up winning like 4 major championships on the senior tour. Can you tell us about you being a late bloomer?
Well, I don't know if I was a late bloomer.
Okay.
I was late turning professional.
Okay.
And I had people for years and years and years telling me you ought to turn pro. You ought to turn pro.
Okay.
And but it never felt like the right time for me. When I got out of college, I had an ROTC commitment.
Okay.
So I had to put in two years in the service. So that kind of delayed. any big thoughts of mine. And then I stayed a couple extra years, so I got out of the service when I was almost 30.
Okay.
And when you think back, if you're a conservative type of guy, like I am, and you get to thinking, we were just starting a family, that's not the time to pack up in a car and say, I'll see you in 4 months, and and head down the road to play golf, although it was a passion of mine. And then I was always kind of told that, from my dad, if it was supposed to happen, it would happen. So I never felt I was in a big rush, and I was doing very well as an amateur golfer. I won the state amateur 6 times, which is unheard of in a record. And so, and then I went to work for Milliken in production management, where you couldn't play much golf there. I left them, and 6 years later at 36 years old, and if it was a little too old at 30 to turn pro, and a little too old at 36. So I played amateur golf. I made 6 national teams in a row, the Walker Cup teams, the World Amateur teams, where you represent your country. And that was a huge goal of mine, and one that I achieved. So I had great goals that I was trying to achieve, and so that kept putting off professional golf also. So happens when the Champions Tour comes into existence, about, in my late 30s, early 40s, then I kind of thought, well, maybe if I stay active and stay productive and practice hard enough, that maybe at 50 I would turn professional and try the Champions Tour, which I turned pro a little earlier than that, because I actually felt that if I kept going back to places that I'd won and had kind of dominated amateur golf, that maybe I wouldn't practice quite as hard in those 3-4 years short of 50. So I actually thought that the best way for me to challenge myself was, even at that age, turning professional. And I won that first year, and I turned 47 that summer. And I won 3 times on the Nike Tour, which is now the Web.com Tour, which was unheard of a guy my age. And I became the oldest rookie in the history of the tour at 47 years old. So I guess my old thought process was, if you work hard and you challenge yourself, that if something was supposed to happen, it would happen, and sure enough, it did.
Great. And it's very rare that this actually takes place, and the people actually go your route. Who or what was most influential in introducing you to the game of golf?
Well, I started caddying. As a kid, when I was 14, there was a kid, on Monday when we went back to I think it was 8th grade or something, and he lived on the other side of town. I said, what'd you do this weekend? He said, well, I went caddying and I made $2.50. I said, what's that? And he said, well, that's where you carry a bag and you run. I said, well, I can do that. I said, next week I'm going. And so I started caddying, and I got hooked on the game and been playing ever since.
Wow. Now, Alan, you have a very, and I heard commentators say this in the past, you have a very unorthodox swing, but you actually made this swing work to your advantage. How did that come into existence? Did people actually try to change your swing once you start developing?
Oh, well, they actually did. My main sport as a youth was hockey.
The hockey swing.
And that was my love. And it was a great sport, and it was, although it's a team sport, and it certainly is, but it's, there's an individual element to it, where if there's a guy coming down on you, it's you and he. And if you're trying to beat someone, it's you and he. And it just seemed that it was a sport like any sport, where you'd get in the locker room prior to a game, and the coach would say, we may not be the best team, on the ice tonight, but that doesn't mean we can't win. That doesn't mean we can't out hustle them. That doesn't mean we can't out hit them. We can't outwork them. And so that background, at least for me, fit in perfect with golf because it was you against the man, you against the course.
Okay.
And but mainly I was a hockey player. There have been guys that have said that I'm a golfer in a hockey player's body.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So that was my. I started caddying as a kid
Mm-hmm.
and got hooked.
Okay. Wow. And you really made that work successfully. And I think back in 2005, all you would hear about was Tiger Woods on the PGA Tour, Adam Doyle on the Senior Tour. You beat many greats like Tom Watson, Jim Thorpe, just to name a few. Tell us about, and you also are the oldest player to win a senior major. Is that still does that still hold? And you won that at age 57?
58,
58?
11 months and so many days. Short,
Okay.
short of, about a week short of 59.
Okay. Now, do you still play on any tours now?
Oh well, I still play. I've not played as much.
Okay.
I've had some AFib issues. That's
Okay.
where the heart doesn't beat in rhythm.
Okay.
And I had an ablation
Okay.
last summer that put me back in rhythm for a year.
Okay.
But I just went back out. So the big thing about that is the medications.
Okay.
Is severe fatigue.
I got you.
And it isn't hard for me to play for sure because I play almost every day. But
Okay.
to travel and play the length golf courses
Okay.
that we play on the Champions Tour.
Okay.
So some people think that we play these short, easy golf courses, and we just don't. And it's not like the great thing is it's not like I lost my chance to show what I could do.
Exactly.
That's the good thing. That
Exactly.
when if it had to come,
Mhm.
it came in my early 60s.
Okay. Okay.
And I'd already achieved, more than probably anybody thought I would.
Exactly.
And so it had been hard to take,
Mhm.
but I don't play quite as much because I'm not going to travel quite as much.
Exactly. And that could bring on more fatigue there.
Well, it does in a way, and it
Mhm.
just is hard to compete, and that's one thing that's always been a pet peeve of mine. I've never, people say, I've been asked many times, have you set goals for yourself?
Okay.
What have you reached those goals? Blah blah. What have you reached? What haven't you reached?
Mhm.
And my only goals that I've ever had as an athlete is one, I want to prepare as hard as I can,
Okay.
and two, I want to compete as hard as I can.
Okay.
So if I do those things,
Mhm.
then and if anybody does those things, you're gonna find the level that you can compete at. Fortunately for me, it's at the highest level. I'm also the only guy to top 10 on all 3 tours in a year.
Wow.
I top 10 on the big tour, on the Nike tour at the time, and then on the senior tour at the time in the same year. So I've had some great highs, and I've had almost no lows.
Wow, that's great. And I'm sure game of golf have given you many options to enjoy the latter years, because the latter years are supposed to be greater. Tell us a little bit about your family life and how you interact with your family now.
Well, it's a pretty routine.
Okay.
I've been married for 42 years.
Wow. Okay, great.
And that's probably my greatest accomplishment.
Exactly.
And I have two girls,
Okay.
Erin and Michelle.
Okay.
Well, Michelle is the executive director here at the First Tee.
Okay.
And Erin is up in Tyrone, Georgia. They were
Okay.
both golfers as kids, and had full scholarships to college. Erin went to Southern Miss, and Michelle went to South Alabama.
Okay.
So golf is still a huge part in all our lives.
Okay.
And we're just pretty much the same thing that we ate out at Pizza Villa last night, with the family and the grandchild, and we get together like anybody else, probably a little more than anybody else maybe.
Okay.
But we try to just enjoy the good health and the life that we've carved out. I've said many times when people quiz me about the money,
All right.
it actually feels like I've hit the lotto.
Okay.
That I had all that. I was an everyday guy for years. My wife worked out at West Georgia Tech for almost 20 years, and so we were working people.
Okay.
And we never made a ton of money, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, $11 million career earnings, that can feel like a lottery.
and the unofficial money from various, all kinds of sources. So it's, you sit back and I think maybe especially having won it that way, not when I say won, I mean having accumulated it through hard work and then realizing success in something that one of the reasons I turned pro was because the girls were getting ready for college. And someone said, well, I don't know exactly how they said it, but my answer was, you can't pay college tuition with gift certificates in Crystal.
Okay.
So, I had to get something that made a little more money because they were both pretty smart kids. It turned out they got golf scholarships, so I didn't even need it.
Wow.
But so I think, and I hope we have an appreciation, for how we achieved the money, and that we do right. We've tried to give back, and I feel we have given back. A lot to charity.
Okay, great.
Just as a way, I guess, in our own minds of saying thanks for what's happened.
Okay. And I'll just, we'll end with one last question. 50, 60 years from now, when the name Alan Doyle comes up, what would you like for people to be saying about Alan Doyle 50, 60 years from now?
Well, it'll be like tomorrow. It'll be, whether it be tomorrow or a year or for that many years, I think they would say that he was his own man. He didn't take anything for granted. He worked hard, and he was a tough competitor, but a fair guy, a fair, straight guy, and a good family guy.
Well, great, man. Great. Such a pleasure to
yes, sir.
taking time out. And I'm glad I was able to shake a hand with a millionaire.
Okay.
And well, thank you so much, man, and wish you much more success.
I appreciate it.
And we're just eternally grateful for you giving us this interview.
Yes, sir. Well, any other time you need me, you know where to find me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Do you want to reduce stubborn pockets of fat without surgery, pain, or downtime in just 20 minutes? iLipo uses advanced non-surgical laser technology to shrink fat cells, delivering immediate results in a safe, clinically proven 20-minute treatment.
I've lost 2 inches in just 20 minutes. It's amazing.
What I like most about the iLipo laser is that it's both safe and effective.
iLipo is the only on-skin laser FDA cleared for fat reduction. Contact your aesthetic provider or premier OBGYN and ask for the iLipo.
Visit your local iLipo provider, Back to Life Chiropractic Center on Lafayette Parkway in front of the mall in LaGrange.
At Charter Bank, you get totally free checking with online statements. You betcha. Free mobile banking, free online banking, free online bill pay, free debit card, even a new account gift. Free. At Charter Bank, we're here to wow you. And totally free checking is just the beginning. Come see us or open online at charterbank.net. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life in the country is a conscious choice. And with that choice comes hard work, attention to detail, and investing in the right tools to keep your home or farm at its best. So why choose anything but the very best zero turns on the market today? Exmark. Known for their durability, precision cut, and time-saving performance, Exmarks are the preferred brand of mowing equipment for the landscape professional and people like you who take pride in their lawn. For special pricing incentives, visit exmark.com or your local dealer.
The holiday season is here at Hills and Dales Estate in LaGrange, Georgia, where we invite you to join us for special tours of the Fuller E. Calloway home, all decked out for the holidays. Tours will be offered from Friday, December the 6th through Saturday, December the 28th. Come experience our circa 1940s tinsel-laden Christmas tree, brilliant poinsettias, and other seasonal decorations during the holiday season. Enjoy the aroma of fresh cookies in the kitchen while you continue a tradition or make a new holiday memory. Plan your visit today.
The LaGrange Med Center in LaGrange, Georgia is a doctor's office and minor emergency room in one, but without the long hospital wait. The Med Center in its comfortable environment offers first come, first served service with no appointment necessary. Dr. Solt, who is a board-certified physician, and his staff offer on-site x-rays for simple fractures. They also do stitches, flu shots, and complete high school sports physicals featuring a nurse practitioner on site. So for all your complete physician needs, come to the Med Center, where we seek to be on your schedule and not our own.
Trailers, Jewelry and Pawn, 504 Greenville Street, serving LaGrange for 42 years.